Oh no. Looks like our stuff got cleaned up. Oh boy, is that gonna take a minute to bring everything out. Holy cow. I did not expect them to have just had an update. That's actually super frustrating. Because now we gotta redo everything and I was not counting on that. Oh boy. Okay. Let's get all this stuff placed. We can't pick this up. Bill, did you snag a key for the store, or when the keys went live, that illusionist key? I was curious. I know you were letting me know that they were available, but I didn't know if you'd snagged one personally. Okay, put that back. Don't need that. Man, that's actually super frustrating that it did this while we were gone. In the update files, it looked like the Flower Knight had been added for everybody with a master dwelling key. Oh, he ordered the gambler's chest. Absolutely, Bill. That is wonderful. You'll have to let me know what you think, because I really haven't dipped into it very much. I personally don't have it. It's just something that one of the guys I play with has. So we've kind of talked about it and looked it over a little bit, but nothing too crazy. I'll have to just mostly organize most of this stuff next for next video. Because this week we are fighting the Phoenix. Oh boy. Hopefully it's a good experience. I will admit he is definitely the Corey I have the least experience with. I've still fought him enough to farm him, but he's definitely the one I've fought the most. Going to do laundry. Nice. Okay, let's get our survivors all ironed out here. Again, I'm sorry everybody. Usually this stuff's done ahead of time, but they wiped our room with the update. So we just gotta grab our people tokens. Yeah, I do know that the Phoenix is a tough quarry for sure, but we got some solid survivors, so I think we'll be all right. We could start taking Lucky back out with his high insanity. Okay, so let's get Bill's gear card here. So he's rocking the scrap sword and the rawhide gear. And a monster grease. The shield. Okay. So we'll go ahead and add Bill to our departing because he's definitely going to be going. And then we lost our bowman to a story event or something last year, I remember. So we'll need a fresh. He's got traumatize, attack adjacent to the monster you're knocked down. That'll actually be perfect. Dump will be a perfect bowman because he really shouldn't ever be very close to the monster with the bow. So let's give him the blue color so we can track. And then our bowman was our least armored survivor, so they had stone noses, founding stone, our bow and arrow, and the cat eye circlet. Pretty sure it was all our bowman was rocking. Yeah. Oh, and a waist. Lucky did roll 4 once in a row. I do remember that. That was when we were attempting to uh, trigger intimacy for the first time when we were running low. He was killing all our people. Okay, let's change that in the loadout. So we got the clawhead arrow, cat eye circlet. But wasn't it also Lucky that rolled the crit, back-to-back crit that killed the white lion on that hunt? That made it super quick. And then he rolled really terribly in the aftermath, in our story event. Stone nose. And we're going to give this survivor the founding stone as well. So we got one of those from a story event. Where did I put it? I thought I brought it over here. Is it underneath one of these cards? Could have sworn I picked it. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Yeah, that is how he got the name. That's what I thought. Okay, we'll go ahead and add dump to departing. And then, so Varda. Was Varda one we were taking? Yes. But she will now be green. I think Varda had the screaming antelope. Yep. So let's get all that together. 1, 2, stone noses, lucky charm. 3. That I think is what they were rocking. So we had that there. And this gear works out so well. Is that about how we had it? Good enough for me, because now instead of cloth, they've got the stone circle. Was the skirt. Wish you could just change it right here. Skirt. Here was the brasiers. Leg warmers. Okay. So there's that set, and then the rest goes to the white lion, and then we'll decide who we want to have the acanthus plants. Here, so that's Varda. And then Lucky. Lucky will be our Qatar, right? We had him as Qatar. Yeah, okay, perfect. So Lucky will have to do our white tile. Ooh. That's alright. So we'll have to kind of modify Lucky's a little bit here. Because he doesn't have the temp. He's got the white lion and Qatar. Okay. So the helm goes up here. The Qatars share those spaces. Monster tooth necklace. White lion boots. Skirt. Qatar. Gauntlet and coat. Okay, that leaves us with our 2 acanthus plants, which we will give one to Lucky, and the other one will go to, no, because Bill has the shield, so the other one will go to that survivor. So we'll go dried acanthus, let's add him to departing, we should have all 4 in there, and then not dump, nope, but Varda. Okay, that was kind of a bummer way to start, but that's okay. So we got Phoenix, level 1. We need to send this guy to the shelf and go grab... Oh, we kind of need to grab our survivors too, don't we? Let's send all these guys to the shelf. See if we can get some survivors that kind of resemble our characters here. Okay, so we need the Phoenix. Send him to inventory. We have... Do we really have any of these people? Man, they need to update their minis. Okay, here we go. So we do have somebody using an axe. We have somebody using a sword, even though that's a bone sword. Do they not have a single bowman? There's our Qatar specialist. Not a single survivor is wielding a bow. That's lame. They've kind of dropped the ball on that. This will be our bowman, I guess. Even though that person's in lantern gear. We're nowhere near that. Alright, so... Pull the Phoenix out. And our survivors. Okay, so here we have Bill. Not that this really matters. Caps lock was on, awkward. Okay. So Bill, and he is our swordsman, which was right here, I think. Yeah. So we'll lock that in, and lock that in as Bill. Perfect. Okay, and then here we have our, kind of our archer, I guess. Female in lantern gear, who is Dump. Oops. Okay, so we got Bill and Dump done. And then we got Lucky up here. It's been a while since we've had Lucky in the rotation. It'll be nice to have him back. Lucky's running the guitars. Last but not least is Varda. Oh, nice. That one's already... Oops. That one's already got her name on it. That is Varda. Okay. So now we are pretty much to the hunt phase. Let's go ahead and set this up for a showdown. At the... Actually, I guess we can do that after our hunt event is done. Let's... Oh wow, you can set up a level 1 Phoenix now. Wow, that's nifty. That's new in this update. That's cool. Okay. Rawhide armor stays here with Bill. Old Screaming armor comes up with Varda. White Lion goes with Lucky. Okay, let's make sure that they've all got their armor sets. Rawhide. Jeremiah. Never been in a fight with a Phoenix before? Well, strap in, my friend. We are about to take one down. We've got some solid survivors here that hopefully can do the job. I've fought the Phoenix the least, honestly, of all the quarries, I think. So I'm pretty nervous. So cat eye circlet are vital for Phoenix. Okay, good. I'll use that a lot then. Armor set here needs to be the Screaming armor. Okay. We should be all set to go. Alright. So, as always, we will go ahead and depart here and then make sure all of our bonuses depart with us. Okay, so Bill should have 3 armor at every location. Good. And what else does he get in here for his gear? So 1 temporary evasion. Another temporary evasion for the vest. When you depart, gain a survival. When you depart, gain a survival. So he should get 2 additional survival as well, but he's maxed out. Okay, there's Bill. Now for Dump. Dump just needs 1 waist armor. Nothing else. Yikes. We gotta keep Dump out of the fighting. And then Lucky has 3 at every location, which is correct. And that might be it. Okay, just 1 temporary strength from the circlet. But because he has the White Lion gear, when attacking with Katars, which is the only weapon he has, he gets a temporary speed and 2 temporary strength. So we'll put that down. Okay. Last but not least is Varda. Varda should have 3 everywhere. Perfect. Now she gets some crazy insanity. When you depart, gain 2 survival. Okay, she's maxed out. Survival and insanity for the stone nose. 3 insanity for the leg warmers. That's it. And 1 temporary luck. And we need to keep slam in mind. Okay. I think you mostly need a spear to use slam real effectively, so. Adjust White Lion gear, get 2 more strength. There is no up-facing red affinity. So there is no way, unfortunately, for us to adjust this where we can get an additional strength. Because if we move the Monster Tooth necklace down, I mean, we don't have anything that's left facing or anything that's up facing. So unfortunately for now, that's the best we can do with that White Lion gear. Go ahead and open this and we will go to the hunt events right off the bat, so it's ready for us. Okay. Let's get this hunt underway. Why did it put a hunt event on the first space? That's not a thing. That's where you start, right? Yeah, you start there. I don't know why that hunt event's there. Okay, so this will be our random. So we will... I wonder if it'll let me select multiple. Sweet. Now that's way less convenient than you would think. So we're just going to move 1 survivor. And we're going to do it like we have in videos in the past. So Bill will be our first event revealer, and then Dump, then Lucky, then Varda. We only have 1 founding stone, unfortunately. We got it from that story event last week. So we need a white and a black. The white die will represent our tens place, and the black die will represent our ones place. Hunt event 5. Oops, we were already on that. Oh, nice. Now I'm going to get banned from YouTube. That's phenomenal. Okay. So, where are we at here? Number 5, Flash Fields. Try to move this to where everybody can read it as well. So Flash Fields. Ahead, the stone faces on the ground give way to a field of man-sized fleshy boils sprouting thick black hair. The sinuous terrain radiates moist heat. As they travel, every survivor suffers heat exhaustion, losing 1 survival. Yikes. The event revealer rolls a d10. If any survivor has a sickle, they help clear the path. Okay. So we all lose a survival, regardless. So we need to manage our departing survivors, subtract a survival, and now we gotta roll a d10. Alright, let's see what we got here. Okay. An 8. 8 through 9, the event revealer makes the best of a bad situation and cuts a portion of the flesh free. Gain 1 hide basic resource. Absolutely. We love that. Where are our resources? Did I pass them? There they are. Yeah, that was a nice roll. We'll take that all day. They need a hotkey for draw face down. That'd be real nice. We need to view it and snag a monster hide. Nice. They also fixed the glitch where you couldn't pick anything in the middle. That's good, because that one was super big bummer. Okay, awesome. That was good. That could have been really bad, but it ended up being good. So dump will be our next event revealer. And what is happening? I want that to go away. Okay. So now dump reveals glimpse. A massive shadow passes over the survivors. They turn their gazes up in time to catch a glimpse of an indecipherable shape of the phoenix disappearing into the darkness. The event revealer rolls a d10. Okay, dump. Let's see what you got. 4. Not great. Pretty sure there are only 2 options, so we'll be in the bottom there. Yeah, 1 through... Come on now. 1 through 5. Time drags. All survivors gain 2 insanity and roll 3 times on the hunt event table before moving. Wow. 2 survival. Whoa. Whoops. Okay, we'll need to fix that. And 2 insanity. Because they don't lose 2 survival. There should have been... Didn't we lose survival for something just a minute ago? Or no? Yeah, we all lost 1 survival for the heat. Sorry. Okay, we're back on now. We gotta roll 3 times on this terrible table. That's a nightmare scenario. It'll all be dumped to reveal. That makes sense. 54. I think we had this one. Nope. I'm sure I have had it, but we didn't have it last week. Okay, mighty winds. So it's Bone Storm. Mighty winds tear across the landscape, collecting chips of stones and skeletal remains. The survivors huddle together on the outskirts of the storm. They may either brave the storm or wait it out. Oh my gosh. Brave the storm. All survivors suffer or gain 1 courage and suffer 1 damage to 3 random hit locations and archive all fragile gear. Or we have to roll 2 more times before moving on the hunt board. Do we have any fragile gear? Let's look at that. None here. None here. Anything fragile? Heavy? We may not have any fragile. I don't like the 3 damage, but my heavens. Okay. Is the bone axe fragile? I know it's... Is it? It's frail. So almost the same, but not quite. Bone axe is frail though, not fragile. Fragile would be a keyword up here, I believe. We can check real quick, but I'm pretty sure frail and fragile are different. Man, so I think we might brave it. Gain a courage, suffer 1 damage to 3 random locations, or we have to roll 2 additional times, which would put us at 5 more events. Well, 4 more events. Because we'd have to roll 2 more for this, and then 2 more for our 2 that are remaining. Oh, that is ugly. That is ugly. I think we'll give everybody a courage. Lucky achieved bold. So he bolded, so now we gotta go do that real quick. Where are we? Bold. Get courageous. Okay, so he bolded in the hunt phase. So he is now prepared, which in my humble opinion is the worst. But whatever. And we get to gain one of the following. Let's go see what we get to gain. 10. How about +1 permanent movement? Lucky, yes. That'll give Lucky, because he gets, oh, he doesn't get the 1 temporary movement from boots, right? Not yet, but now he's got a permanent one. I might have rather had the strength, but that's okay. Okay, we don't have to go back to that hunt event. We just have to give everybody 3 damage. So we'll start here with Bill. Bill's got to take pretty much everywhere. Head, body, ooh, wrong way. Head, body, and legs. Okay, dump. Dump's the one I'm worried about. And that's kind of what I'm worried about there. So she's already, well, Dump's already got a heavy and 1 to the arms. I'm pretty sure that event damage, I'll go to the glossary real quick, but I'm pretty sure that event damage can cause light and heavy injuries, but just can't do, I did give everybody a courage, but just can't do severe. So what was I looking for? Why did I just totally spaced what word I was looking for here. Event damage, sorry. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure event damage. Some damage is incurred from events, cannot be dodged or blocked, non-lethal, will reduce armor points and cause light and heavy injuries. Perfect. Not perfect, obviously, because that sucks for Dump. But what do we got for Lucky? Double head and 1 to the legs. Okay, Varda. Head, waist, head. Yikes. Okay. That one was not as good as our first, so hopefully that's the last bad one we have. Okay. This is hunt event number 2 of 3 that we have to do on this space. 62. Okay. 62 is space between the rocks. The survivors are distracted by a dark crack in the endless sea of stone faces. If any survivor has a pickaxe, they strike the ground, causing the crack to expand into a gaping hole. Bravely reaching inside, the survivor produces a blackened, twisted hunk. Gain an iron. Okay, so we need to come back out with pickaxes and whips, like you were saying earlier. Maybe even a sickle. Otherwise, each survivor rolls a d10. Lowest scoring becomes a straggler. Okay, let's... Okay, so when I roll these, their vertical order from top to bottom is going to correspond with the order on our app here. So up top, Bill has 7, Dump has 2, 4, and 10. So Dump, who does not have prepared, is going to end up as our straggler. Let's see what happens here. The straggler stoops to gaze the depths and refuses to stop staring. When the other survivors drag them away, they babble incoherently. Whatever they saw changed them forever. Gain a random disorder for Dump. Quixotic. If you are insane when you depart, gain 1 survival and 1 strength token. Sweet. I like that one. Alright, and this is our third of 3 hunt events. 58. I must have been on that page already. Yep. Scent on the wind. A strong wind blows, bringing with it the sense of distant places and things. The event revealer rolls a d10. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. Nobody panic. Potential for really just mostly missing some events here. That's going to happen either way. What do we got? A 9. I think that we get to surge forward on that. The survivors smell the quarry's foul odor and surge forward. They may skip the next hunt space. We will absolutely do that. So we will skip that. And we'll be right on this last hunt event. So we've had Bill and Dump. So now Lucky will be our event revealer here. Fertile field. The survivors approach a writhing field littered with phoenix droppings. Twisting up through the rocks, some acanthus plants grow vigorously, while others wither and disintegrate before their eyes. All survivors suffer 3 brain event damage and gain an understanding. How are we on insanity? 8, 21, 5, and 8. Perfect. So we'll just subtract that from everybody. 1, 2, 3. And everybody gains an understanding. If any survivor has the bone sickle, they gain a fresh acanthus. If any survivor has a scavenger kit, they gain 1 muculent droppings. Otherwise, roll a random hunt event. Again, no thanks. Alright, this should be our last hunt event. 36. Don't be terrible. On the trail. The survivors rush forward, feeling their quarry close at hand. Skip the next hunt space. If this movement begins the showdown, the survivors ambush their quarry. If any survivor has noisy gear, we do not ambush. Okay. I don't think anybody has noisy gear, so I believe we will ambush here. Nope. I'm pretty sure it's just like a harp is the only noisy gear. I'm sure that lantern gear is also noisy. Okay, so we get to skip this next space, which would begin the hunt, which means we do get to ambush our quarry. So we will set up a showdown for a level 1. Confirm. So this app is sweet because it takes care of all that for us. Takes care of the decks. Now we have, one second, who was it? Lucky, who is a strategist, which means we will bring in a giant stone face with us for our archer. We need to grab that out of the terrain. Did I miss it again? I gotta pay better attention. Where the heck are our terrain cards? I'll check the understanding in just a second, but the app does pretty good about updating me on when they get something. Vermin Hand, Screaming Antelope. Where the heck are our terrain cards at? Am I just missing something here? I can't even see the... They're not in there. Where the heck are our terrain cards? That's odd. They're not... They didn't get mixed in with these guys, did they? No. Let me check the understanding real quick. So everybody, I gave everybody one. So that would put Bill at 7, Dump at 2, Lucky at 5, and Varda at 2. So they're each one away from something special. Dang it, I didn't want to do that. I cannot find our terrain cards. I mean, I know what that piece of terrain does, but I don't understand where they went. Or am I just tripping? Weapon proficiencies. That's so weird. Okay, well, we know what the giant stone face does, so... See, and something's wrong, because it didn't draw any terrain for us here. Something's goofy about our terrain cards. We got our innovations here. They were out before the game kind of randomly picked them up. Does the Phoenix... Phoenix has got to have some terrain cards, right? Showdown Phoenix. Let's see what he's supposed to start with. 2 random terrain cards set up normally. Okay, so... For some reason... Our terrain cards have gone missing. Did I leave them in here? No. They're not in our inventory. In their new update, did they get rid of our terrain cards? Whoa. Whoa. That's not good. Well, fellas, I don't know exactly what to do here. 'Cause we can't, I mean, we can't play without terrain cards. Innovations, basic hunt events, resources. Something weird happened in the most recent update, and our terrain disappeared. That's actually really upsetting. That doesn't even go in there. I don't even know what I'm doing. We may have to play this with just terrain cards that we know. So we know what the Giant Stone Face does, and let's pull out 2 Tall Grass. Since I'm gonna pick them since they're not here. And I don't remember exactly what the Nightmare Tree does. But then we're also gonna grab 2 Fresh Acanthus plants since we know I have to roll a 6+ to actually harvest an Acanthus. Our setup just has to be 6 spaces away from the guy. So let's go this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's our bowman up there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? It is 6, isn't it? I'm not. 5, 6. Yeah. Well, I'm a little bit disappointed that the game is doing this to us right now, but we're just gonna have to do the best we can. Yeah, can't go in it. I know that he like respawns to it, so I don't think in previous fights I've really even dealt with it much, so we'll be alright. Okay, let's go through his stuff real quick. So he has Zeal, so at the end of each monster turn we perform basic action. Don't let me forget that. And then Materialize, which means we remove the monster from the board, place it adjacent to the target. It must be placed so its base covers as many other survivors as possible, and they suffer collision as normal. Spiral Age, that's nasty. We do not want that. And Dreaded Decade is pretty much the Spiral Age nastiness. Okay, let's see what we can do here. We do get to ambush because we're awesome. So right off the bat here, I am going to have Dump spend their activation to shoot the Clawhead Arrow. So the Clawhead Arrow has a strength of 6 with an accuracy of 6. Dump gets 2 bonus accuracy for being on the stone face, so we only need a 4+ to hit with this arrow. Okay, I'm almost positive that that's what we did last time when we shot this arrow. That is a massive bummer. Okay, so that is missed shot. Now at this point we might as well surge to get another activation and spend our movement to shoot our real bow. Yeah, not a great way to start. Okay, so with our real bow, we will be hitting on 6, 7, or so 5+ here. Couple of 5s, please. 3 and a 6. 1 success. And we have an impervious location right off the bat. Tiny Wing Hands. Crit gets us a resource here. Bummer. Okay. Not the greatest start of all time. So in this setup, it does not show monster facing direction. So we're going to use that to our advantage here. We're going to face them that way. Because most of the monsters in their setup, it shows specifically which way they're facing. So we're going to set it up advantageous to ourselves. Let's get in there now with Let's do Lucky right off the bat because he's gonna get so many hits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we could even do 6 because he's got 6 movement. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, because we want Bill to be able to get into the blind spot as well. Which means we could actually start Varda right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we could start Varda right there. So Lucky is using the Katars. He's rolling 5 dice total. He does not have an accuracy buff, so he will be hitting on 6 plus because he's in the blind spot with 5 dice. Need to see some 6s here. 8, 8, 6. So 3 hits. 1, 2, 3. Okay. We got a couple of wounds that perform displacement. That's terrible. Ugh. Okay, let's go for Feathered Body first. So Feathered Body has +2 toughness to wound this location. And he already has a toughness of 10. So that'll put him at 12 total. Now the Katars, since we used them, they have a strength of 3. And Lucky here has the temporary 2 strength plus that one, so he's got 4 total. Plus that 3, which puts him at 7. So 5 or higher is an actual wound when attacking the Phoenix with Lucky. So we're looking for 5 plus here. Beautiful. So that is a hit, even with that +2 toughness. So now we need to draw this face down. 1 wound. And now we will attack. Oh gosh, I don't even know. Let's get these dice out of the way. So regardless, they each kind of have the same result. Because he is not proficient with the Katars yet, so we can't cancel any of those. Heavens, I don't know. Displacement is not great. Let's just go after Feathered Back. Just on the chance of a crit and causing another wound. 9-10 for crit. 7. So we do succeed on the wound, but we also now have to suffer the effects of this card. So perform displacement. Displacement is to place the Phoenix anywhere along the board edge furthest from the attacker. If the attacker has any age tokens, they may attempt to follow. And we don't. So we'll have to cancel all hits now out of range. So he'll go all the way over here. Is how I read that. Along the board edge furthest from the attacker. It's better than materialize, I suppose. That's that. Let's go ahead. I don't even really know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We could spend survivals and dash. No, you know what? We're going to move Bill 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is where he was. So we're going to move Bill 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to spend his activation to block 1. Just in case this Phoenix does something saucy this next round. And that's all we can do because we can't even surge and throw our Founding Stone because Dump already surged this round. So let's just go ahead and see what the Phoenix is going to do to us. Their card. Wow, this is actually This is the craziest card that the Phoenix has, so I'm amazed we have it. A strange feeling fills the survivors, threatening to overtake them. If the survivors have 25 or more age tokens between them, get a new settlement record sheet and start a new campaign from the first story with the current survivors. Any gear and resources they currently have with them. If the survivors have fewer than 25 age tokens between them, each survivor with no age tokens rolls a d10. On a result of 7 or higher, that survivor ceases to exist. That that is horrible. We're looking down the barrel of death right now. Ah, gee whiz. Yeah, 25 H tokens would be so legit. I've never actually drawn that card in a fight. So, man, that would be so cool to have 20, but we don't. So, now we have to roll 4 times, and anytime we're 7 or higher, survivor's gone. No ifs, ands, or buts. Ceases to exist. But I'm pretty sure we get to keep their gear, though. Otherwise, that would be detrimental. So we'll go for Bill first. Oh boy. Okay. Bill skates in under the radar. He's alive. I did not surge or spend any survival with Bill. Who? Oh, Rawhide Headband. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah. I got you. I need to remember to do that. That could have just... That could have just cost me. Because all we had to do was spend an activation. Could have cost me a survivor's life. Okay, let's go for dump. Okay, alright. Dump is safe. I'm scared for Lucky. Lucky's my favorite. I can't go back in time and use it. I can't. We gotta stay true. I went back in time and moved some of these survivors around. But this, not using the rawhide, that is my fault for not knowing, for not using the gear I have to the best of its ability. So I feel like if I go back in time there, I'm messing with this whole fight. Because this is not good, but it's real. So go for Lucky here. Okay, alright. Last one is Varda. Varda. Under 7, under 7, under 7, no problem. Yes! Oh, huge, huge rolls there. So nobody ceases to exist. So Deja Vu is gone. See ya. We're done with that for now. And then now he's got to do his basic action. Oh, closest threat in range. What is Homeboy's range? What's his movement? Sorry, everybody. Yeah, that card will probably come back around. Hopefully when we have 25 H tokens. His movement is 8. That is massive movement. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nobody's in his range, which means he will do his that was a weird sound. He'll do his whatchamacallit. He'll disdain, which will be in the book here. Disdain is place the phoenix at the center of the nightmare tree. It emits a hissing moan. All non-deaf survivors suffer brain damage equal to the monster's level, and we perform Spiral Age. But we don't have any age tokens yet. So he comes back here. We all suffer 1 brain damage. But I think we're all still okay on insanity. We are. So we kind of got lucky there with those attacks not doing us filthy. The question is, who do we send in to fight now? Lucky has 4 strength. Bill only has 1 strength? That is crazy to me. So I think we got to keep attacking with Lucky, because Lucky's going to have the best chance of actually inflicting a wound for us. And there's not even a point in using the cat eye circlet right now, because we can only see the top is at 3. And we're rolling 5 dice here. So 5 dice hitting on 6 plus. 1, 2. Oh, okay. Just 2 hits. And those are not a trap. So we've got Glorious Head and Glorious Armpit. This one is a wound with age tokens, which we don't, so we'll go after that one first. And just a reminder, the Phoenix has 10 toughness, and Lucky is rocking 7 total strength, so he will be hitting on 3 plus. Okay. 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 Well, I mean... okay. Let's go after this other one. Glorious Armpit. 9! That's a crit. Wonderful. Because he gets... These are deadly. Plus 1 luck with the guitars. So, critical wound. You damage the monster's liver, destroying a unique filtration system. Persistent injury ruined liver. Replace the following ability definitions. Displacement. The attacker is covered in rainbow goo and gains an insanity. Materialize. The Phoenix is now knocked down. Holy cow. Wow. That was a monster crit. That could be a total game changer for us right now. Okay, and let's inflict the wound. Awesome. Okay. Let's try Bill. 1, 2, 3. Well, let's wait a second. Because Lucky still has his movement. So do we move Lucky away? Do we surge with Lucky? Surge and kill. Okay. Lucky is going to spend a survival to surge. He'll be rolling 5 dice once again. 5 dice looking for them 6s. 1, 2, 3 hits this time. Cross your fingers for no trap. Oh! Ooh. Time stop. Okay. Trap. Reshuffle hit location deck. The survivors are frozen in time. All survivors are doomed. They cannot block or use fighting arts. The attacker is caught helpless. Perform basic action targeting the attacker. All attack rolls hit on a 2+ regardless of any modifiers. Okay, so his move and attack is 2, 2, and 2. And it has a massive... yeah, I mean... So I think that is his basic attack, right? Or is that flow? Oh, that's flow. So 2, 2, and 2, and he's targeting Lucky, which luckily he's the only one in that nasty blast zone. Let's pick these up and put them over here. Oh, I need those. I need 2 of those. So the Phoenix wasn't knocked down, but anytime he performs Materialize, he'll be knocked down. So let's roll 2 1s. That'd be sweet. No, 2 pretty good rolls actually. Pick them both up. Okay, so Lucky takes 2 damage to each of these spots. 2 damage to the legs, 2 damage to the arms for Lucky. legs, arms. And now we have to do Razor Wind. So, oh, target also gains an age token. Because it's his whole basic action, right? Yeah. So we need to pull something out for our age tokens. We'll just pull out, we'll pull out these 10 endeavors, and hopefully we won't need to use all 10 of them. But those will keep track of our age tokens. So Lucky actually gets one of these, unfortunately. The rest will go over here. So he gets an age token. He suffered the damage. Now he has to suffer Razor Wind, which survives in the blast zone. Knockback 7, bash, bleed 1. Okay. So knockback 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Bash knocks him down, and he gets a bleed. He's got unconscious fighter, so he's kind of a legend. Now bash, I believe, just knocks down. Bash does not inflict damage, but we can go check real quick. It'll be here on the first page. Bash. Yep, just causes the survivor to be knocked down. I was pretty sure, but it's nice to refamiliarize yourself. Alright, so that was that unfortunate trap. So let's flip those, combine them, and shuffle them up a good bit. Okay, he was our first survivor to go, so we still got a lot of potential here. We're going to run around with Bill. 1, 2, 3. I believe Bill only has 4 movement because he's got a broken leg. No, Bill's got 5 movement because he got that permanent movement back in the Triathlon of Death, so 4, 5. So Bill jumps back there. He's attacking with the scrap sword, hitting on 4 plus. Six and 6, 2 hits. 1, 2. Okay. We are going to go, ooh, what is displacement now? Displacement covered in rainbow goo and gets an insanity. So pretty much neither of these have reactions now. So we'll go after the feathered neck first. And this is where we kind of find ourselves in trouble. Because Bill has a strength of 1, the sword has a strength of 3, so we're only actually hitting on 6 plus. So 6 plus feathered neck. Yep, that'll do it. So we draw 1. And if only you would have had if only he would have had a luck, we could have. It's okay. We're looking for another 6 plus here. And we got it with the crit. So on this critical wound, the Phoenix suffers 1 additional wound and stumbles, moving 1 space forward. Huge. So we'll draw 2. 1. Okay, nobody look. It's my bad. Didn't mean to draw it face up. That was a huge crit. Okay. So that's currently all of Bill's turn. With Dump, let's go ahead and shoot our bow here. Or do we cat eye circle it, then shoot? Let's do that. Let's spend a survival. No, we'll just use her activation right now. Her activation to spend a survival. Before I forget, let's go in and mark that we got our weapon proficiency points with Bill and Lucky. Okay, so we are going to use the cat eye circlet to look at the top 3 and put them back in any order. Because then we could even choose to throw our founding stone if we want. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. That's a death blow, so if they're killed at this location, which will not be what we do, first strike, Phoenix gains -2 accuracy tokens on a crit there. That's kind of huge. I kind of want to use the Founding Stone on this because Dump actually already has destroyed genitals, so the reflex wouldn't even come into effect. And the Phoenix gains -2 accuracy tokens. That could be nice. I think we're going to do that. So as far as order goes, I don't really care. I just want that one to be first, because if we're going to throw our stone, then that would be real nice. Let's keep in mind that the age tokens one is on top, so we do not want Lucky hitting that. Okay, now we have to decide if it's worth using a Founding Stone. We get the guaranteed hit, -2 accuracy. I personally think it's probably worth it. So to do this, we have to spend to sling anywhere on the board. So we'll spend that. We will cause the wound. And then we'll get 2 -1 accuracies. Nice sneeze. Okay. 1. No. Bad drop. And 2. Okay. Oh, well, sorry, I apologize. I guess what we would have done is flip this. So the reflex for this card is the attacker gains destroyed genitals. And Dump, surprisingly enough, already has destroyed genitals. So that's kind of funny. And then the Phoenix gains -2 accuracy tokens, which we did. And I'm pretty sure I already took the health point away. So now, I like what you're saying, Bill. Let's have Bill spend his surge point to block. So he'll spend a survival. Since he has rawhide gear, we get to roll. No reflex with a crit. Oh yeah, sorry. I totally forgot about that too. 7+, and he gets to keep, or it might even be a 6. Well, it's definitely not that low. So he does lose that survival. The rawhide armor lets him roll anytime. So anytime he spends a survival. So Bill is now blocking. And Varda is our only one who has not taken a turn yet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not quite the blind spot, but with the bone axe, we're looking at 6+ anyways. Does Varda have any stats? Just strength. So 3 dice hitting on 6+ here. 4, 8, and 9. So we got 1 and 2. We know what these are. We're not worried about them. We know that we don't have any age tokens as this attacker, so we're going to go with that one first. Now Varda has 3 + 3, puts her at 6 strength, so she will be hitting on a 4+. Critting on 9s and 10s. Oof, that was close. But we do score that hit here. Okay. And then this is a -2 toughness to wound this location, so we'll be hitting on 2+. No crit on this one, dang it. Okay, that's okay. So it is a crit, and she's using the bone axe, which has savage. So once per attack, if you critically wound, you cause an additional wound. So we actually get to take 2 away here. 1, 2. And I don't... Ooh, man. I know I cannot get that legendary card again. I cannot roll those dice. So do I surge? Or do I let the Phoenix take one turn to be sure that I don't get rid of all these cards just to have Deja Vu? Because if I surge, I could surge with Varda and attack with that Bone Axe again. I mean, that went pretty well. This is a bit of a toss-up because I don't know how many more cards are in here. I don't know how many are in here. I guess we can see the total in the book. It's not like it's a secret. So Phoenix has 12 total cards. And in this stack, well, let me drop them one at a time. No, I don't want to view them all. Can I inspect without actually having them face over? Okay, 1, don't look, 2, 3, okay, just don't read the names. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So these are literally the last two cards. So if I only hurt him with this AI card, he will draw Deja Vu. I cannot use my... Actually, Dump hasn't taken her turn. All she did was use the Cat Eye Circlet. So Dump could still shoot. She would just have to surge to get her activation, and then she could shoot. Oh boy. Let's do that. Let's surge with Dump, and if Dump can take away this AI card, we'll surge with Varda for the kill. So let's take that from Dump. Dump will shoot. We are looking for 5+. Oh boy, oh boy, 2 hits. Man, I should have saved that death blow. 1, 2. Okay, so this is an impervious location. Sucks, but that's okay. -2 toughness to wound. That's huge. I think maybe we go after that right now. Because we got 3 plus Dumps 1 puts him at 4 total strength. 4 total strength means we're hitting on 6+. That's still not wonderful, but that's okay. 6+, I think we can do that. I think we can do that. 6+, come on. Yes! Oh man, skated right in there. Whew. It was not a crit, so we don't get any of that goodness. But we do get to draw this, which is the last unturned AI. If we want anything from this card, we will have to crit again. How would I be hitting on a 4? -2 toughness. You're right. It's a good thing we rolled a 6, or I would have been all confused. Okay, another crit would be sweet here. Come on, I can see it. Oh! Let's go! Let's go. So we don't get the wound that would have gotten rid of Deja Vu, but we do get tiny tail feathers and small feathers. So we need... 1 second, I'll be right back. My little white lions were whining in the room next door. I had to go tell them to be quiet. We're not hunting white lions today, we're hunting phoenixes. Okay, so all we need here is the resources. So we need the tail feathers and the small feathers. One, bingo. Okay. I think those are both hides. Okay, that was awesome. That was great. But now comes down to the truth of it, because Varda has to surge with the axe. So Varda needs to spend her survival to surge. Now we are rolling 2 dice, 6 plus. We really, really need this wound, or we are in trouble. 6 plus. We got 1. Oh boy. Oh boy, it's down to the 1. And it's not a trap. Okay, let's do our math here. 3 strength on the bone axe. My hands are shaking. My hands are shaking here. Kinda sucks. So 3 strength on the bone axe. Plus Varda's 3 strength puts us at 6. So we will be wounding on a 4 plus and killing the phoenix. On a 4 plus. Alright. Let's do this in slow-mo. Read the card. Wound. The attacker, if the attacker has any age tokens, they suffer rewind. So we don't. Varda doesn't have any age tokens, so we're good. But we need the 4 plus here. And we got it. Oh. Oh man. Okay, so he's not dead. The phoenix isn't dead. But because we don't have any age tokens, we did score the wound, so we do get rid of that AI. Now, that does, so we know that Varda has successfully hit, so she gets her weapon proficiency point. And Dump also hit with the bow in a couple huge ways, so they get their weapon proficiency point. Okay, we do not have the ability to surge again with anybody. So we do have to let the Phoenix take his turn here. But he will just do a basic action. That's it. Does he do a basic action twice because of this? At the end of each monster turn, perform basic action? Or because he doesn't have anything, that basic action is just once? That's the real question. Yeah, I got Bill's proficiency point already, I think. Yep. So the big question is, does he attack twice? And I don't know. I don't know. I think he only attacks once. So he will attack the closest threat in range, which is gonna be Varda. Unfortunately, because Bill is not the closest threat. So we'll rotate to Varda. And it's 2, 2, and 2. But he's got -2 accuracy. So it's 2, 4, 2. So a couple of low numbers here. Yikes. Yeah, which there is no AI. So it's just basic attack then. So 2, 2, and 2. Let's go ahead and spend one of Varda's survival to dodge one. Because there's no point in letting anything crazy happen to us. And then Varda's going to take... You know what? I think it is twice, honestly. So we'll have him do basic attack twice. So now Varda takes 2 damage to this location. The head. Ooh. So it's a heavy for her already. Suffers knockback 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to the board edge. Knocked down. Gains a bleed. But I think that's it for Razor Wind, right? Or Razor Wind. Knockback 7, bash, and a bleed. Okay. So now he would technically perform his second basic action, which is going to involve Bill. So he'll rotate to Bill, he'll move one forward, and he'll attack Bill. 2, 2, and 2. I don't think Bill has any evasion. Oh, he does. He's got 2 evasion, plus the -2 accuracy, so it's 2, 6, and 2. Slippery, Bill. Low numbers. Yeah. We're going to spend... So Bill blocked last round, which means neither of those hit. They're both absorbed. And I believe, if I've played this game right my whole life... Oh. First, we got to get the age tokens. So that was close. Yeah, I was going to say, if I played this game right in my entire life, in those breaks in the flow, we can spend survival, so we'll dash. So Varda gained an age token, and Bill just gained an age token. So with that in mind, in this gap in the flow, sorry guys, in this gap in the flow, we are going to spend one of Bill's survival to dash out of the way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that. We'll roll this dice to see if we can avoid Razorwind. Well, I mean, we did avoid Razorwind, but if we roll a 6 or higher, we get to keep that survival. 2. So Bill does actually have to spend that survival, which is not a big deal because that was the second attack from our monster, bringing us back to our survivors for what is hopefully their final turn. Lucky does now stand, and we're going to start things off with Dump using the Cat Eye Circlet to look at these 3 monster hit locations to see what we're dealing with. 1, 2, and 3. So we don't have a trap, which is good. Do any of these give minus toughness? No. Glorious Handed Feet is not a big deal. Bill does have 1 age token, but he would only suffer 1 brain damage if that roll went askew. This doesn't really matter for us because even if we wound, that doesn't take place because he dies. And then we do not want to suffer rewind. Yeah, we don't want to do that. We want to do that last. That's like a last resort card. So we'll just put them back in this order. So we'll go back like that. And now we will move with Bill. 1, 2, into the blind spot. And Bill's going to try to finish off our monster here. 4 plus to trigger a hit. 4 and a 7. We got 2 chances to put him down here. This first reflex, not a big deal, and if we kill him, it's even less of a deal. So Bill has 3 strength on his sword and 1 permanent strength. So he will be hitting on a 6 plus to kill the Phoenix here. Critical fail. Turn to face the attacker and roll a d10. On a result higher than Hunt XP, we suffer brain damage. So on a result of 5 or higher, we will suffer 1 brain damage. Not a big deal. 7. So Bill suffers 1 brain damage because it's 1 brain damage for each monster, each age token they have. And Bill only has the 1. But we did fail that. Now we gotta see a 6 plus here. Really need to see it. Oh, oh, no. No way. just double failed that? Oh, that is horribly unfortunate. That low strength is killer. Okay. Well, if that's the case, then I don't really want to surge with Bill. We don't want to suffer rewind, but I guess that doesn't really matter because if we if we trigger the wound and it would normally rewind, he's already dead, right? So that doesn't actually apply. Or we could shoot with Dump, because Dump doesn't have any age tokens. So they could be the one to actually put the nail in the coffin. But they're in the same boat as far as needing a 6+. Or we get Lucky in there. 1, 2, 3. I think Lucky's going to be our only chance to kill him, so let's surge with Dump. And use the cat eye circlet to look at those top 3 cards again, just to see if we're going to run into a trap situation. Oh. Oh. The trap is there. And it's really close. That trap scares me. I'm not going to lie to you. The trap scares me. Displacement's better for us. So we'll put displacement on the top. I don't think I can now because I can't activate my bow because it's cumbersome. So I can't surge again to get my activation back. And it's the accuracy isn't the issue, it's the strength. So what I could do is I could have... Did Bill surge? Bill didn't surge. Lucky, I mean we can't use Lucky. That's not going to work. Lucky's going to pull too many cards with his Katars and we're going to pull the trap. We need Varda. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Lucky spend a survival to encourage Varda. Varda's going to get up. Varda's going to run and dash. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. She can get into the blind spot, no problem. Varda needs to spend a survival. And we're going to have Varda attack. Because Varda's only pulling 2, so she's definitely not going to pull the trap. And she's got our highest odds of hitting. I think that's the key. So we're hitting on 6, 5, 5+ here. We need 1. I would love 2, but we need 1. We got 2. We got 2 chances. We know what they both are. They're both not a trap, so that's big. And we're going to go after Glorious Crest first, because this wound does displacement, and displacement is not a big deal. Okay, she has 6 total strength between her weapon and her built-in, which means she only needs a 4+ to kill. 4+. And there it is. A crit to end it because she has the Lucky Stone. We didn't get the Volcanic Eruption, but it is absolutely a crit nonetheless, which gets us a... Let me go ahead and do this, just... Yeah. And we get a random resource here. We did it. Muculent droppings. Look, if I can be honest, I think what did it for us is this right here. This glorious armpit where we got rid of displacement, we got rid of materialize. I know we didn't use it all that much, but we put the smack down on him with that, which was, I think, huge for us. We were able to avoid age tokens by not letting him take very many turns. I think we did a couple things right there. I always loved that animation, just effortlessly stabbing the finger. Okay, so Aftermath, victory. Level 1 to 2, we gain a hunt XP and a weapon proficiency level. Oh, ambush, absolutely. That is, I had actually completely forgotten about that. That was huge for us. Yeah, getting deja vu. Yeah, absolutely. You guys are totally right. Because if deja vu wouldn't have gone our way in the beginning, we would have been at a massive disadvantage. If we would have lost 2 survivors to deja vu, I mean this would have been over 45 minutes ago. We would have lost. You're absolutely right. So if we go to our managed departing survivors, we can give them all the hunt XP. Bill achieved age 2. Let's take care of that right quick. So age 2. Yeah, so much could have gone bad. And you know what? It's like the opposite from our Kingsman hunt, or our Kingsman showdown. Because Kingsman started off amazing, and then we just got throttled for the whole team wipe. It's just Kingdom Death. It's not Kingdom Life, right? Improved reflexes. Let's see what we got here. We got to roll 2 and add them together for old Bill. 9. I think that's a strength. I think that's a permanent strength. 7 through 15 gain +1 permanent strength, which Bill needed desperately because he was a little weak there in that fight. Okay. So now we need to go back to the Phoenix Showdown. Okay. And then, so let's give everybody their weapon XP real quick. So we'll take away the point and give him the actual XP. So Bill's at 5. He's almost a sword master. We now have a bow proficient, which is great. Lucky, I still don't think is good enough with the guitars. He is not. I might just need to move the monster necklace to Bill, even if we don't get another one. And we got axe proficiency 2. Nice. Okay. So I gave them their hunt XP and their weapon proficiency level. Now we get rewards. The first time the Phoenix is defeated, gain Plumery settlement location. Let's go to our settlement. Locations. Plumery. Okay. Let's grab it in here real quick, I guess. Yeah, we all need necklaces. Where? Oh, it's because I put them all back in here. I was like, wait, why are these in here? 1. We'll need all these out in a minute. 2. Yeah, we did have that. Yes, 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 yes. Did we? Did we have the... I think we did. Okay. I think we had all these. We'll go set them over here. We'll look at those in just a minute. I guess we shouldn't be all excited about how lucky we got yet, because we still have to do a stupid settlement event. Those are literally murder. So, guess we shouldn't count our eggs yet. Okay. Survivors with age tokens gain +1 understanding. Okay. So everybody but Dump. So Bill gains an understanding. Puts him at 8. Lucky gets 1. And Varda gets 1. Ooh, there we go. So they get their event. That'd be great if she turned into a matchmaker. I don't think she will though. I think that has to be in the settlement. So this one is Insight. Insight for Varda, and it was done in the hunt phase, so she gets Explore. Tinker is the one that's good from there, but okay, let's see. Oopsies. Let's see what Varda gets as a bonus here. It's still considered the hunt phase, right? I'm not crazy. It's not the settlement phase yet. 8 to 9 is plus 1 permanent accuracy for Varda. Yes, please. She's turning into a monster here. Okay. Back to the Phoenix. Yeah, it was Showdown phase. Perfect. That's what I thought. Oh, sorry. I said hunt. I meant Showdown. That's my bad. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't the settlement phase. Then as a reward, we get 4 and 4. 4 of each. Let's do these guys first. Random shuffle these up. 1 is a bone. 2, 3, 4. No love juice. 1, tiny hands. That's an organ? Yuck. I don't think I shuffled these up. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think if we wanted to do the spear, I think if we needed the spear, I think we had to have the hollow wing bone finger or something, didn't we? Yeah, I think it's the Phoenix finger that's required for the bow. Interesting, you're using Black Ledger or Scribe with KDM Simulator. Yeah, I am using the Scribe on just kind of an emulator here on my computer. And really the only reason I've used that, I do know that they have some adaptations here on this stuff, but I just feel like it's so much handier because it keeps track of all my campaign management and stuff. Oh yeah, there is campaign management not good. Um, it's okay, but I guess mostly it's just because for all the campaigns I do in person, I use this app, and so I'm super familiar with it. I know what it can and can't do, and it really just keeps track of so much stuff for you, which is really nice. And just to have it right here with my permanent attributes and stuff like that, I just feel like is more user friendly, and that I can have you guys see it at all times too. I think that helps move everything along. But okay, so we just gathered our resources. Now we gotta do the, I mean, probably my least favorite thing in the game, honestly. It's a settlement event. Okay, if we draw, because I just bought the 2 expansions, so if we draw anything from the expansion, we'll just redraw something else. Let's see what we got. Oh, nice. I think this one's fairly harmless. Weird dream. If you're the only player, a survivor dreams about a giant man that controls their lives from the darkness above. All departing survivors gain 3 insanity. That's awesome. Okay, well, unfortunately, since I'm the only player, this doesn't do as much as it does otherwise, but it's not hurtful and painful. So, uh, if I didn't have the weapon crafter, it'll be in here if I did have it. Yeah. So right here is where you keep track of all the locations we add and subtract. So when I set up, we got the weapon crafter here. Okay, so we made it through our settlement event. Let's just... Can you select to clean this up? No. If I flip it, does it freak out? Yeah. Yes, it does. Oh well, whatever. So now we're to our endeavors, checking our milestones. So we gotta manage return and advance year. Okay, so on our timeline, conviction. That's kind of weird. I didn't think that that was something we went over. So we gained 5 endeavors, and we have a story event principal conviction. Is this not something we dealt with the year we got that going? Wonder if this is an error on my part. Story event principal conviction. Yeah, this is weird. I don't think this is supposed to be on there. Because didn't we have it somewhere else up here? Oh, the book is tweaking out. This new update. We had conviction. I know we had conviction up here somewhere. We've already done it. So it's already solved. Because we chose, I'm pretty sure we chose barbaric. For our conviction, yeah, it's barbaric. So we already got there. It must just be a backup in case you haven't hit 15 people already. And for our settlement event, we got Weird Dream. Okay, good, nice. That was smooth. So let's spend these endeavors and see what we can do. And we'll have to discuss from here to the end whether we are going to go after this Phoenix again next week. A little scary thought, but let's see what gear we can craft and whether or not he's worth going after again. Okay, with our 5 endeavors, I think we should start things off, as always, with an innovation. We do have some good amount of resources saved away, but we have hollow wing bones. We don't want to use our Phoenix specific resources for stuff like this. So, what kind of organs do we have? Monster hide and a mystery meat. Second heart, and we're not going to use that either. So for our organs, let's just use what we got out here. We'll use mystery meat, monster bone, and monster hide. We'll spend those along with an endeavor. I do agree about the Cyclone pickaxe though. To draw a random innovation, which is going to be over here. So we have our innovation deck built here, and it's super great, but we can just randomly draw innovations with this app. So we'll draw our 4: face painting, partnership, pictograph, and storytelling. So off the rip, we got face painting, which does not look great. Gain +1 to all rolls on the intimacy story event. Okay. Potential. Partnership. I really don't like that one very much. Pictograph. At the start of a survivor's act or after the hunt is resolved, the survivor may run away. Okay. Storytelling. Huh. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with face painting. I don't love any of these. I do like that storytelling ups our survival limit, though. I do like that. But honestly, we've got most of the good ones that we want. Yeah, partnership's trash. I would like to get Shrine eventually because that one's goated. But really, to me, it's between face painting and storytelling. Bill and Jeremiah, what do you guys think? What are your votes? Face painting, storytelling. Yeah, I do. I like Shrine too, but unfortunately, that's not one we drew. Not sure what the delay's like this stream, so we'll have to see. Story? Okay, I'm down with that. Maybe we'll grab face painting next time it pops up. Looking at 12 innovations. That's wonderful. Wonderful. Okay. Did I subtract our... I did. Subtract the endeavor for that. Alright. Let's see what we can do with the plumery first off. What is the arc bow? Phoenix whisker, wishbone, and a scrap. Not even close. Hollow point arrow. We could make a hollow point arrow. Are those any good? What is that? A minus... It's minus some sort of attribute. Plumery. Let's see what it is. Arc bow. Yeah, arc bows. Arc bow is so good. 9 damage, 9 strength. Oh my gosh. Okay. Blood sheath would be nice at some point if we got the rainbow katana. Finger of God spear is very good. Hollow point arrow. So on a hit, monster gains -1 movement. I mean, it's got 11 strength, so that's good for scoring the hit, but -1 movement isn't too big of a deal for me. The gear is so difficult to make. This Phoenix gear. Because it requires some iron. 4 total iron. Oh man. I may not even try to bother with any of this gear. I know it's really good gear, but I would almost rather get a set of leather and stuff and start hunting some level 2 quarries rather than go deep into this gear. Because I could get the leather gear and kind of skip over this and be ready for blacksmith gear when the time comes. Because that Phoenix fights are just tough. We got really lucky there and we made it out. I mean, they're entertaining for sure, but they're just kind of scary. Where's the gear sets in here? Armor sets. Let's take a look at the Phoenix gear, just for fun. Here's our Phoenix gear. So, Phoenix gear is the one tall hit locations. Spend your activation movement, full move in a straight line at the end of the movement, activate a melee weapon and attack. Add the number of spaces you moved for your strength that attack. Yeah, and I think that the actual gear itself in here in the plumery is has its own little bonuses on it. Let me see. And I think it's worth, is it 3 or 4 to every location? 4! So that gives you insanity, +2 movement, gain an evasion token. If insane, ignore the first hit each round and suffer a brain damage instead. Wow. I've used the rainbow katana before. Not as good as you might think. Tell you what you want is the lantern swords. Those are absurd. Okay, I'm going to turn this skull into a skull helm. I liked that idea a lot, Bill. And we'll give that to our bowman. Where's our bonesmith at? There it is. Let's grab us a skull helm. Man, I'm just still kind of shocked. That went so surprisingly well for us. I'm pretty hyped about that. Okay, and let's, whoops, sorry there. Let's take a look at what it's going to cost us to get the bone sickle and a pickaxe. So we just require, it's just ammonia, so it's leather stuff. It's not a big deal at all. We got plenty for that. I do kind of want to work on leather gear though. Is it worth it, or is our gear, I mean, we're in a pretty good spot as far as gear goes. Ooh, monster tooth necklace. We shouldn't scoff at that. Or some more monster grease. It feels wrong to spend uh, like quarry specific resources on generic gear. What we could do is carry most of this over into future years and go after like a level 2 screaming antelope or white lion next week, and then um, get like a bunch of hide and stuff from them and work on a set that way. Because I really just don't want to spend a lot of these in case we do get the chance where we can build Phoenix gear. You know? Small feathers, tail feathers, tail feathers, small feathers. So we've got a ton of the gear, or a ton of the cards, 3 of the 5 cards we would need already. I don't feel like we should waste them. So I might just inventory them all over here. So for Phoenix, we got 2 more sets of tail feathers and 1 set of small feathers, along with the Phoenix eye and the hollow wing bones. Yeah, and I think that the pickaxe and the sickle give me the special honey vents too. I want to see what I can make with that eyeball. There's only 1, so it's got to be something good. This hours ring is insane. Have you guys ever actually looked at the stats on this hours ring? You can choose to turn back time before a fight that you get killed. You can turn back time to the beginning of the fight and redo it with all your stats. It's crazy. Oh, we could do a feather shield. Are those good? Because we had muculent droppings too. I think they're under this Phoenix Eye. Oh, and small hand parasites. I didn't stretch those out. What's a feather shield look like? Feather shield. Reduce any suffered brain trauma, brain damage to 1 by 1 to a minimum of 1. That's only if you get all that. So it's just got the block then, huh? It's not leather, it is flammable. I feel like the leather shield still might be a little better than this one though. Don't let me forget, I need to put that eye and muculent droppings in there. Muculent droppings. And the Phoenix Eye. I already did. Small hand parasites, that's right. It's kind of disgusting. And I'm not usually one to hoard resources because you can lose them, but I'm personally a little more interested in a leather stuff right now. But I'm also quite interested. It's a free block? Really? What? Oh, that's kind of huge. A free block? How often do you run into stuff that gets rid of flammable gear though? Not often. Free block is crazy. What did that require? 2 small feathers and armuculent droppings. Oh no, I believe you, Bill. Yeah, I just didn't read it close enough. So, bone axe and bone sickle are both good. The bone pickaxe, if you use the special honey vent, you can actually bring out some pretty. You bring out some iron, which is going to be good for a set of blacksmith gear. Pickaxe is also good for the iron card that you get. So let's turn some hide into leather. What can we turn into leather here? So 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3. Then we could do 4. So we could get 4 leather for 1 endeavor. Let's do that. Subtract our endeavor. Gear. Straight. Rare gear. No, it might be strange. Resource. 4. I'm not sold on the sickle though. Maybe. Because you can get acanthus so well with it. Yeah, what the heck. We'll do a pickaxe and do a bone pickaxe and a bone sickle. We just need to get rid of 2 hide or 2 leather and 2 bones, which we can take from our antelope. 1, 2. And then we get to grab. Yeah, I'll bet that'll be worth it. Did I already? Oh, I already pulled out the bonesmith gear. So we need bone sickle. Yep. Okay. And honestly, they'll probably both have to go with our. No, they can't go with our bowman. Our bowman sits still. One can, I guess, for now. Let's add that to our gear storage. So we got a bone sickle and a bone pickaxe. Okay. We're left with 3 endeavors. I'm thinking. I mean, we could do shared experience. Augury's never a bad decision, especially now since we have Clan of Death. I just wish we had matchmakers. We don't have any matchmakers, so we have to fight for it with Augury all the time. Whatever. We can try it. Is White Speaker good, or does it just hurt our survivors? Because we could have Bill do it, And if he gains an understanding, he'll be White Speaker. How does he not have an ability yet? Oh, we screwed the pooch there. I'm sure it was something dumb like explore. Okay, so I almost remember. I think I've only had White Speaker once, and I thought it was something that hurt our survivors really bad. I mean, I still think we gotta try for it. We need, so basically a 7 plus to actually activate Augury. 7 plus. It's going to cost us an endeavor each time. So let's roll here for a 7. Come on. Oh, God. Well, we're about to find out what White Speaker's all about. Because we now have to lose a resource. Let's get rid of the skull, I guess. Get rid of the skull. Spend the endeavor we just spent. And Bill gains his last understanding. Oh my gosh. If something crazy happens right now, be bummed. White Speaker. This will also probably get me banned. This is not the game for YouTube, dude. I'll get freaking banned with all these. So White Speaker. A large, bizarrely dressed woman offers to share a story. The group must select a story they would like to hear. A survivor may be nominated for this story event only once per lifetime. So we go Story of Goblin, Story of Forsaker, or Story of Young Hero. And I know nothing about any of these. So unfortunately we might just have to read through each of them here. Story of the Goblin. The White Speaker instructs the survivors to lower her veil and hold her limbs tightly. The group must nominate a non-deaf survivor. A survivor with max understanding cannot be nominated, so this would not be Bill, as the potential of their mind has been reached. Tension fills the air, and the survivors are filled with a mysterious sinking feeling. She begins the story. So worst that can happen here, we lose all the rest of our endeavors. Somebody goes blind. 5 insanity. Deaf and Story of Goblin. Story of Goblin, you know the first sentence of the story. Once per showdown, you may speak it out loud and roll a d10 on a roll of 3 plus. Gain the priority target token. And the monster gains +1 damage? What? Why would you ever want that? Story of the Forsaker. You cannot be knocked down during a showdown with a nemesis monster. I guess that's okay. +2 permanent strength is nice. Story of Young Hero. At the start of your act, you may recall the heroic sacrifice from the story and bite your wrist. Gain 2 bleeds and +1 survival? Wow. This one's crazy, though. The survivor gains +1 permanent accuracy, strength, evasion, speed, luck, and that. So the story cannot be selected before the 13th year, and we actually happen to be in the 12th. So that one can't even be selected. I'm thinking Story of the Forsaker, just because of that permanent strength. The White Speaker instructs the survivors to bind their hands together and dip their knuckles in blood. If the settlement has the Forsaker mask, the story cannot be selected. The group must nominate a non-deaf survivor. Survivor with max courage cannot be nominated because their potential of their spirit has been reached. Well, Bill, do you want Bill to do it? I'll give you the option to pick. If you want to double down on your character, Bill, you let me know. But on a 9, 9 you're gone. 9 they're gonzo. Do we nominate Bill is the question. Okay, so we are going to go with Story of the Forsaker, so it just can't be anybody with max courage, which none of us are even close, so we do not have to worry about that. Dang, we're down to 10 survivors. Should it be Bill, or should it be somebody else? Lag is 60 seconds tonight? That's atrocious. Wow, I'm very sorry about that. Feel like maybe we do this with Bill since he's the one that hit 9 understanding. Let's go ahead and roll this die. I'm sorry that there's such a delay, but I guess you'll get to witness it in 1 minute. Okay, Bill. Forsaker story. A 6. I'm pretty sure that's what we're looking for. 6 through 8. The nominated survivor silently implodes with rage. The other bound survivors inch away from the waves of passive-aggressive energy. The survivor gains +2 permanent strength and breaks free, suffering the broken arm's severe injury twice. So Bill gets +2 permanent strength. We can heal that with bed, but we do get +2 broken arms. So your accuracy is terrible, and it takes your strength away. So we need to heal those. It's just pretty much a long-term thing there. Okay, so let's go right to bed here and let's see. So we can choose to rest. We roll a d10. Cannot endeavor here again. Skip next hunt. Remove one of the following. So you're like a slow cook here. But we gotta do it. We gotta try to get rid of those. So let's spend one of our last endeavors and roll this to try to get rid of one of your broken arms. Got a 5, is that enough? 4 plus. Skip the next hunt and remove. So we can only remove one. Bill has to skip the next hunt. But we can get rid of one broken arm. Okay. I don't think you do heal both. Because here it says you may remove one of the... Oh, all. All. That's on me. That's on me. I can't read. There we go. Now that's looking better. That's looking better right there. Okay. And I want to spend our last one. I mean, we might as well. Let's go with... I'm going to set this dice down. Somebody else is going to have... Understanding. Okay, we'll try to trigger augury again with lucky. So we need that 7 plus. Okay, sweet. Success, which triggers intimacy. Let's make sure I spend our last endeavor. And let's go to intimacy. Sweetness. Okay. And what do we need here? I mean, aside from twins, obviously. Bill's got some good swordsmanship to share. We might not even have any other sword. We do. She's sword, and she's going to be sweet. So let's do We got plenty of bowmen. We need a Qatar person in there. So let's do Lucky, which he only has 2 Qatar. Man, that sucks. Let's do Lucky and Dump. Lucky and Dump will be our 2 for intimacy this time round. Let's see what we're working with here. We need some twins. Oh, thank goodness for our special ability. 8. Ah, close. This is still great. The settlement gains +1 population. Share a deep bond. Gain 10 survival each. Wait, whoa. Okay, I said dump. Dump has destroyed genitals. Back it up. We can't use dump. But we'll use... We were doing it for Qatar proficiency anyway, so we'll use Varda. It's not a big deal. They gain 10 survival each. And we do have bed. So our new survivor, who shall be a male named... No, that's terrible. Anybody in chat have a better name? Yeah. Oh, baby. Pull some Lord of the Rings references in here? Yeah, I think so. It would be more appropriate if Aragorn was a sword specialist. So if anybody's got a better idea than Aragorn, you let me know and I'll change it. No, not dump. It was Varda. But because we have bed, we get +1 additional permanent strength, which goes crazy. Because Aragorn comes out 1 accuracy, 3 strength, 1 evasion. That's just wild. Okay. Yeah, I'll get everything prepped earlier next time for sure. Bill says he votes for a level 2 Screaming Antelope. I'm down. Let's plan for that. That's no problem at all for me. So let's kind of shift this into our post-game discussion real quick. Successful year, successful Lantern year. It was a good time. I think that a level 2 will definitely be our choice next year, because that's our last year to gather stuff before we have to fight the Hand, which scares me for sure. So we'll plan on doing that. And I don't really care whether it's lion or antelope. I think we'll be able to handle both or either. So maybe if we have any preferences, just comment your vote on this video for next week. And then sorry about the delay tonight for all of you guys that were watching live. I appreciate you being in here and contributing to the video and helping us make decisions. But we'll be back next week at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, ready to rock and roll, fighting a level 2 White Lion or Antelope. We will see what the vote is on the video by that time. So once again, thanks for hopping in. This is Hits and Crits